feel like we're too far apart.
No, come closer with your cute socks. I think I just flashed the camera. Hold on. It's fine.
There's one there.
They expected.
You're good.
Oh, there's another. Sorry. It's already fun. Look at us.
Hey, I'm James. Why was I saying to you?
Hi, James. Nice to meet you. I'm Sophia. It's a pleasure. This is James.
Yeah.
Hi, this is James, and you're here for another episode with Sophia Locke.
There you go. She's done this before.
I don't know what you call it.
You can be my intro.
Fantastic. I love this.
So stick around, and you're in for a treat today because we're doing a photo shoot with Sophia.
Yes.
We're going to get to know her on that journey as well. So we have some questions.
I have some answers.
What do you know? That's how it works.
This is so great. We're doing great so far.
We got to work. I set up the lighting and camera equipment while Sophia changed into her first look for the shoot. I'm going to splice the Q&A between each photo set. Let's get to know Sophia.
What got you into the adult entertainment industry?
So I never thought I would be in it at all, right? Like it wasn't even an option growing up. My parents would have hated it. But I was already into in my 20s. My partner at the time had lost his job, and I had seen a pop-up like on a website for a webcam site, right? And it was a beautiful Eastern European woman who looked like a supermodel, and it said she was live now and talking to people. And this was 2010, so I had never even heard of that. There was no way. I finally got curious enough to click the link, and she was she was talking to people, and I thought, this would be fun. I'm such an exhibitionist. There are websites where you could do things for money, and I thought it might be kind of a fun thing to just do on the side and try. That was my gateway into adult work. It was just like a little corner of the internet, and I ended up doing that for 7 years, actually.
7 years?
Yeah.
And how did your partner feel about that?
He loved it. He was behind the scenes for basically the entire time we were together romantically, and he helped me run events for the industry. All of my cam fans knew him and adored him. It was actually a really lovely partnership. It worked out.
Well, that's so crazy.
Yeah, it didn't work out romantically, but it worked out for that period of time.
For a period of time.
Yeah.
We couldn't get enough of the awesome set, so we decided to keep shooting with different poses. They came out amazing, wouldn't you agree?
What did it feel like the moment that you turned that camera on for the first time? Can you remember that?
I don't know if I can remember that exact moment, but I know that I was nervous for a really long time.
Yeah.
Like every single time I would get on, I would feel that like bundle of nerves. And especially because you didn't know if the people that day would want to see you or want to do anything with you, or you'd just be talking to like an empty room, like talking to yourself. Like there's the potential of it being really awkward. But as you grow a community and as more people expect you to be on, it was very comfortable for me.
So I actually tried one of the campsites.
Yeah?
Like twice, I think.
How did it go?
For me, it was like, just clicking on was like so much anxiety.
It's so scary.
And then I'm like, what do I do if no one's in here? Like, what do I do?
Just
and then,
like, wait.
and then you get like the odd person like floating in and like saying hello and stuff. But it's like such a daunting experience to have like people watching you.
Yeah.
While you're live.
Do you feel like you thrived in that environment, like performance-wise?
No.
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 Yeah, it's not something that comes naturally to you.
Yeah. I also tried going live on YouTube. So I went 208 hours straight.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I did like 8 days consistently. I set the cameras up
and
to
you like
sleep.
slept and everything too?
The camera was there when I was sleeping, and then I took it out with me. I went to a concert and took the phone with me. Like I was 24/7 live.
Wow.
For like 8 days. And that was really cool.
Yeah.
That was a cool experience.
Yeah. When I worked in Florida, I stayed in a model house where they had like live cameras in the bedrooms and in the showers. But there was no sound, but like you have this kind of heightened, not anxiety, but just awareness of your body and what you're doing. And you're like, oh, am I like picking a wedgie and someone's watching and I wasn't thinking about it or something? You always feel like you're on. You always feel like you're on.
Yeah. I really love the aspect of people would come in and check in with me every day.
Oh, that's cute.
Because it's like getting a text message, right? Hey, I'm thinking about you. So it was nice that through the day, every day people would log on and be like, hey, what are you up to? How's
and nice for them too, because you are this like reliable thing. And I think that's what it was about camming. The way I heard it described once is like having, like going to your favorite bar and it's like a hot bartender and everyone's like tipping the bartender, but they're also like seeing all their friends and stuff too. And so it does just build a sense of community, which is really nice, actually.
So you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay.
Did you ever expect to get so big?
It's hard to answer that because I don't consider myself big, but like I know that I love that people watch me and I love like that number growing. I didn't expect to be able to do this for a living again. I think that's the thing that's been the biggest surprise for me is after taking 5 years off and retiring, I thought I was done, coming back in and being able to have it as a full career again and to have people excited to see me and to get new fans that I hadn't had before. All of that is really thrilling. So every step where that gets bigger, I get more excited.
Yeah.
So it's been cool.
What were some of the biggest challenges that you faced it when you started?
I think the hardest part for me, and honestly, it's kind of consistently been the most difficult part, is not necessarily anything within the industry, right? Like not having to, like thinking of fun shows to do or what people want to pay for or what kind of shoots I'd like to do or the travel or the wardrobe, all of that doesn't seem as difficult as the rest of society and like how they see it. Like that's always been the hardest part for me is either my family worrying about how I'll be judged as a person that who does this, but within the industry itself, like it's just not that difficult. I naturally just really enjoy it and it feels easy to me. Even the digital marketing aspect of it, the social media, the like, I'm so excited to post. And so it just feels like it comes naturally. It feels like what I should be doing.
Touching on your like family side of things, how was that experience? They know about your
everybody
career?
Knows. Yeah, everybody knows. I actually don't talk to my mom anymore because of doing this for a living. So I had kept it quiet for about a year and a half, the first year and a half of camming, because it was this kind of, secret, hidden, exciting thing that I thought could just stay in a corner of the internet. But as I did it more and as I enjoyed it more and felt really fulfilled by it and felt like there was nothing really wrong with it, right? It was all consenting adults watching and I was loving it. It felt really wrong to be lying to my family. I was really close to my family. So I finally kind of came out to her, and at first she was okay with it. She seemed okay, shocked, but which she shouldn't have been shocked. I've always been boy crazy, about my hypersexuality, like growing up. She was just embarrassed and, our family doesn't do this. I expected more of you, all of that. She just couldn't see past the concept that she could have raised someone who would choose this. She must not have ever really known me, is kind of her conclusion. And then my dad was fine. He was like, that's okay. If that's what you're choosing. He did say that now he can't watch any adult work ever again.
Of course.
Sorry, Dad. He asks questions about like the business aspects of it, right? Which I think is like appropriate and kind of cool to be able to talk about my job. And then my stepmom at first was not super happy about it, but like didn't disown me like my mom did. So I really appreciated her. And now she's actually come all the way around.
So I started like doing OnlyFans and stuff like a year ago.
Oh my gosh, only a year
ago. I'm a baby.
Yeah, you're doing so great though. It's so awesome.
Thank you. One of my things through life, I shouldn't ever have to hide a piece of who I am just for the convenience of somebody else's like existence. Like I feel like this is a huge part of who I am, and what if I need to talk to you about something that's happening? Like I need to talk to you, right? Yeah. So I was like, guess what, mom? Guess what, dad? Like this is what's up. And like luckily they're like both pretty accepting of it, which is really great.
Yeah, well, I'm happy for you. I worry about it, but then the more performers I talk to, especially the younger ones, I feel like there's more of kind of a societal acceptance.
If somebody out there was contemplating camming or getting into OnlyFans or anything like that, because of the way that society condemns people to being a certain way, what would you give advice for that person to...
I would want them to really already kind of know their sexuality, right? I'm glad I got in when I was 25 and my first experiences weren't on camera. I think that makes it a little bit more difficult because it is a very bizarre and different experience than, you know, kind of knowing what you like and having those intimate moments just with one other person or with yourself, like really knowing yourself before you go. And that way you can assert your boundaries and make sure you're only doing things you're comfortable doing and that you feel good when you leave a set or when you leave a collab, knowing why you're getting into it. I think a lot of people get into it because they think it's easy money and they don't really like sex that much, like a lot of women do.
It is not easy money.
It's not, and that's the other thing is now... it's so saturated. There are so many people doing it. You have to be able to stand out. And I know so many women who are like, oh, I'll just sell pictures of my feet.
Oh, that old chestnut. Even my mum said that. Oh, I'll
did she
sell
really?
photos of my feet.
I mean, bless her. That's very cute. And also, like, it's just, it doesn't work that way. Like, you could be, you know, super hot or gorgeous, and you need to have something about you that people want to connect with and want to pay you specifically for, or want to see you specifically for. Yeah. I don't know if I hadn't been in for 7 years and built up a community, like coming back after 5 years and when OnlyFans, it was after COVID. So like it had already blown up and there were so many people in it. If I had started then, I don't know if I would have been able to get my foot in the door.
Right.
Without that community from before. So it's really difficult. So it's one of those things where if you're going to do it, you kind of have to go hard, right? Like you have to really market yourself and be aware that, you know, not all of society likes it and it might affect your future employment and your, you know, future family and relationships. And so you really do kind of have to love some aspect of it. Yeah. It's the best job I've ever had. Like it's so fulfilling for me, but it feels purposeful to me and it feels authentic.
I think that when you're younger, there's so much expectations of being young in that market. It's like marketable. You never get that chance to learn who you are. So waiting until you're a little bit older is probably way better mentally for you than it is getting in a young age.
For that reason, for sure. And also because especially women in this industry and who are younger, I think they end up on sites who want the brand new girls and who want the young girls. And I've heard, I don't know from personal experience, that there's more of a potential for them to be pushed into things they don't want to do. Right. Because they know that they're young, they know that they don't know themselves, and they know that they don't really know their boundaries yet. Yeah. And so even though me coming back in, I was still kind of nervous about it because I hadn't been in a long time. And, you know, I would go to a POV shoot and it'd just be one guy in a hotel room for his website. And I don't have anybody else there to be like, hey, like, why are you touching her off camera? Or like, why, like, is that still recording or whatever? I didn't feel like I could assert myself very well, but I think most people didn't try with me that hard. Like a couple incidents where I felt a little uncomfortable of like, oh man, it feels like this guy's kind of trying to get away with something, right? Like that he wouldn't do if there was a crew here. Yeah. But overall, I think because of my age and because of the way I carry myself, people don't push, right? And so I worry about the younger girls because I even had trouble asserting myself, you know?
And you're young and you're impressionable and you want to make a good impression.
And there's a power dynamic there. You want to get hired again. And it's such a small industry and everyone talks to each other. You don't want to ruin your chances or be a bitch or look like you don't like sex or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely. Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to give everyone a little bit more insight as to you and your life and how you got to where you're at.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, I always have such a good time shooting with you, and the pictures are just stunning. I can't wait for everyone to see them. I'm like thrilled.
Blurred out nipples.
We don't want to see that.
If you do, Sophia's links will be below.
Yes, please go see them. They're great. I paid good money for them.
Yeah, so go check out Sophia. Thank you for coming and doing all this vlog experience.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I love it. It's great.
It's cool. All right, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Cute.
Cute.
I've got you saying it now.
This is like the opening to a porn set. You're looking for the AC.
Oh, I need someone to fix it for me. Oh, it's so warm. I need to take off all my clothes. I had the choice between 20 inches and 24 inches, and usually I get 22. So I'm like, well, I'll do the longer one, but like that 2 inches makes a difference. All those foot boys.
All the foot boys.
And the stocking guys. I once asked a guy online, like, I was like, do you know why you have like a stocking fetish? And he said, I do. He said, when I was like going through puberty, I watched my mom put on a pair of stockings and it just clicked.